Welcome, my dear Aquarius, to Lucy the Antigua Tarot. My name is Lucy, and I am here to do your reading for the month of August 2016, your tarot reading. So, my dear friends, let's take a look. Okay, Aquarius, here's your spread for the month of August. It is a 12-card spread. A 9-card spread. And it's really quite interesting. You do have two pentacles cards, very high ones. You have the 9 and the 10. Here's the 9 down here, and then you have the 10 coming in. So you're coming in with pentacles and you're leaving with pentacles. Okay, Aquarius friends? And then you also have two major arcanas. You have the Emperor, okay, and then you have the Hierophant. And they're both center cards, and the Hierophant is at the center of your reading. Really nice. And then you have the Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands. You have the Queen of Swords and you have the Knight of Swords. So you have three court cards. The Page of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. And then you have the Seven of Swords, which I think that this is your difficult energy here, probably with the Seven of Swords. Everything else looks really, really nice. So I would like to talk a little bit about these two pentacle cards right here. Let's just kind of move everything down a little bit. And let's just think of these two cards, which is interesting because one's coming in and one's leaving your reading. And what do those cards mean, right? Now, pentacles are earth. They're in relation to everything that we do to meet our earthly needs in this plane. And you have the 9 and the 10. So they're both really good cards. The number 10, which is your first card that's coming in, it's telling you that that it's time to make a decision. This is a very beautiful card. It is showing that there's plenty of stability, economic stability, earthly stability, and there's plenty for everyone in the family. And as you can see in this image, you do have a family here. You have the man and the woman. There's the child back here, and then there's like pets and a grandfather figure and the castle. So, and pentacles are everywhere. So there's plenty for everyone. So there could be an opportunity coming in that's good for you, and it's telling you to take advantage of that opportunity. Okay, and that it's time to make a decision and not to give up, to have faith in what is in front of you, because there's these good opportunities coming in for you. So it is a very positive card, and it is really basically just saying, you know, to take advantage of opportunities that are coming in, that they're right there in front of you, and to have faith that things will work out. Now, with the 9 of Pentacles, this is a very positive card also. Here you have a woman who is surrounded by beauty, her garden of wealth within the material plane, I guess you can say. And she's doing pretty good, and it is a positive card. So maybe you have received, it could mean that you will be receiving, because it's at the end of your reading. See, this card was placed here at the bottom, really. This is where it was dealt. And it's saying that maybe it could represent someone who just received a large sum of money, okay, or maybe something really positive in relation to economic stability. That's what this card here means. It could also be a prosperity, not only in terms of material wealth, but prosperity in terms of family or personal life, getting married or having a baby. Okay, and that is what that card means. So it is a very, very positive card. In terms of work, perhaps there's like a promotion coming in by the end of the month, at the beginning of the fall season of this year. It could be telling you that. Um, it's really a very positive reading for you, Aquarius. Um, there is, in general terms, we're looking about creating partnerships and relationships, perhaps even people you consult with. Okay, and I'm saying this because you have a couple of court cards, and court cards usually represent people you may know. It's a good time to work on relationships, or to in terms of like relationships that are personal relationships or work relationships. Okay, that's a good time to do that. Uh, Focus on your career, evaluate what you are doing and how you are effectively moving on. Okay, you might want to reevaluate um, your destiny. Are you achieving what you want? Are you holding? Are you heading? Are you going in the direction that you want to go? You might also want to reevaluate your relationships in terms of personal work, etc. So it is a lot of relationship energy going on here. Okay, there are a lot of people in your cards. Okay, you have the Emperor, you have the Hierophant, you have a Queen, you have a Page, you have all these people in this card. I mean, there's people in every card except in the Ace of Swords. Uh, so that's the general reading, or the general sense of what's going on for you with this for this month. Now, you have, like I said earlier, you have the Pentacles coming in, the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, which are very, very positive cards. Now, you also have the Seven of Swords, which is at the bottom of your two major arcanas. At the bottom, the root. Here's your center, the Hierophant. The Emperor is crowning your Hierophant, and then you have this at the base, this Seven of Swords card. Okay, so basically this card could be saying to be aware of your actions, to know what you are doing, and be clear with your intentions. Uh, be discreet when needed or where needed. Okay, it's giving you some really good advice. I think it's giving you that advice just to make sure that you are aware of everything that's going on. You are in touch with a lot of people, my dear friends. It's also saying to be discreet. Keep some of your business to yourself. Be aware of what is going on around you. And if you want to keep something a secret, make doubly sure that it stays so by being very careful who you share information with. Um, or you might also get some information in confidence, which you'll need to keep to yourself. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. It could also mean just be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of what people around you are doing. Okay, this card can also mean somebody doing something underhand, secretly, with you not being aware and that it might affect you in a very personal way. So to just be careful with that. It is kind of like a warning. All right, so that's the problematic card I see in this reading. All right, so we've talked about the minor arcanas, the two pentacles and the swords card, right? So let's look at your you have the ace of swords and you have the page of wands, and you know the swords connect us to everything that's in our heads. It's the energy above our neck. It includes the throat, the brain, the thoughts, how we see things. So it's they are represented by the element of air. Okay, the swords are, and it's all in relation to what we say, how we perceive the world, what we believe, how we make our decisions, how we understand or don't understand certain things that are happening. Uh, so generally swords are kind of considered problematic, and you do have the Seven of Swords. They can be problematic aspects that we encounter with this suit, with the swords. Okay, but that's the nature of this card, because it's air, and it's also part of being human, you know, things getting complicated. Okay, and because the swords focus on things that are in the head, which includes well, how we see things. It includes how we communicate. Um, so that's why it can be problematic. It can also mean processing or over processing or misunderstandings. Okay, they also mean that. And you have two court cards that are swords. In your reading, my dear friends, you have four sword cards. That's why I'm going over the meaning of the swords, because you do have four of them. The good thing about the swords, the positive thing about the swords, and you have like the ace, which is a very positive one, and then you have the queen and the knight. And the positive thing about these sword cards is that they help us clarify our ideas, or clarify how we want to communicate our ideas. They help sharply cut through things that are hazy, or like how we like to say in English, through the bullshit, right? It kind of cuts through the stuff that's just not really important, and it gets down to the nitty-gritty aspect of what's going on, and that is why the swords are really important. Okay, now with your ace of swords, this is a promise of clarity. It's a promise of absolute knowing. You know what is true for you. You can assert yourself in this truth. So this is the card of empowerment, and it's really interesting because if you go down, you have the knight, and this knight is he's a quick-witted um, um, energy, moves quickly, and is ready to take on the fight. So it's like working for a cause or fighting for a cause, having a firm belief. Uh, uh, it's a determined energy, exact in his or her focus. The idea is getting the job done right the first time. So you have the promise of this clarity, and you have the action. that's helping you fulfill that clarity. Okay, uh, so the mood here for this night is a mood of determination and heroism. So this is a person who is out to defend a cause, or a person complete a quest, save the day. Also, this knight is someone um, who is someone who not only takes what he or she does very seriously, but is very proud of the work that he or she does, and they have a strong belief of what they're doing. Okay, very determined. So that is what that card means. And here you're being promised clarity. So you have to, if there are challenges, and there could be because you're being followed by the Seven of Swords. So you have to rise to the challenge. You have to kind of confront, rise to the challenge, uh, fear no evil, and fear no conflict. And that's what this card is telling you. All right, just a beautiful card. Because maybe something, something's going to happen. Maybe something's going to come out of the blue. Okay. Um, know what you are doing. Be clear in your intentions. But here you're being promised that you will be. You will find clarity. Perhaps you've been waiting for something for a long time, and it's going to come in, and it's going to come in quickly. It could also possibly mean that. Okay. It could be something or someone. So you have two possible strong meanings in relation to your Knight of Swords, this card that you have here. And it's underneath your page. And the page really is just something's coming in. This is you're waiting for something to come in. You've been waiting. It could probably be either someone, or it could be something, a happening. Okay, and you're waiting for this thing to come in. Maybe it's a clarity of a situation that you need to that you're waiting for things to clarify. Okay, it could be something it's probably something very positive, something that's going to be really what you want. It might come in as a message. Okay, so maybe something in relation to work, or something in relation to your relationships. Uh, your relationship seems to be a really important thing right now for you this month. So maybe you're going to meet somebody who's going to play an important role in your life in the near future. Perhaps you're considering a new relationship, or maybe you are considering a few new ideas or inspirations that are coming in, that are giving you clarity, that are going to, that you're considering setting down foundations, setting down the base work for them to grow and flourish. And you are leaving with the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very, very positive card. Um, you know, you do have this promise of good things, reaching good things. So this is a very, very positive reading. absolutely beautiful. And then you have your queen, which could represent someone that you know, um, who is probably in control of some factors that you're interested in, perhaps. And this person, well, she's a sword. She's the queen of swords, right? She's got a very direct way of communicating, is very firm in her ideas and what she believes. Um, and all right, we're just gonna let the train go by. Oh, it is summer, so there are tourists here. All right. Um, so you don't avoid this person, obviously, because you need to probably work with this person, but maybe find a different way of communicating with her, a different way of approaching her. Okay. Because working this with this person might be to your interest. It might be beneficial. She's a challenge. Definitely, she's a challenge for you. And you might have to make some compromises with her, and it might be related to this Seven of Swords. Okay. Um, Now let's talk about your major arcana. Your major arcanas. You have two. Okay, you have the Emperor and you have the Hierophant. And let's see here with the Emperor. He is okay. The Emperor is at the top of your reading. He's crowning your center, who is the Hierophant. Okay, so he's crowning you. And the Hierophant is a very important card, which I will be discussing last. So let's talk about the Emperor first, okay? Um, and the Emperor, okay, he's the twin of the Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant is the spirit, the soul, spiritual development. Um, yeah, the spirit, the religious aspect, if we want to put it that way. And the Emperor is governance, governance in the earthly plane. Okay, and he's like the state. And this card represents mercy. Okay, and it's interesting that you're getting this card here. Um, yeah, be discreet, but don't judge, perhaps. That's what it might be saying. Not to judge. This card is about how you are going to influence other people around you. Okay, your social relationships, your relationships in general are very important in this reading, as I said earlier. There are people in every single card except your Ace of Swords. So this is what the Emperor is saying. It's all about how you are going to influence the people around you. This card also represents the voice, the throat. So the question is, what kind of internal voice do you work with? Do you work with within yourself? Okay? Yeah, that inner voice that we all have. In other words, the dialogue that is going on within you. What are you telling yourself? How are you motivating yourself through your internal dialogue to change? So, within the external world, how are you influencing others and how are you influencing others? Okay. So, how how do you work with other people to help them manifest change in their own lives? And you are surrounded by a lot of people. This is a very important card that's coming out for you, my dear friends. What kind of influence are you going to have on others? So this is the external influence card, the mercy card. The external influence you have on other people that are around you. And that is what you have crowning you. Now the Hierophant card, which is at your center, this used to be in the traditional tarot, used to be the Pope, because they're spiritual leaders. And the Pope really means, in Latin, the Father, el Papa in Spanish, el Padre. It's the Father. Um, this is the teacher, the guide, keeper of the sacred, and keeper of cultural traditions or doctrines. Okay. This card could mean, could be about higher education, formal education, or it could be an initiation to learning, a learning of something intellectual or uh, or spiritual. It could also be a spiritual authority. Okay, and this is the card that you're getting at your center, my dear friends. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful card. This card can also represent law school. Perhaps some of you guys are in law school. It's also about traditional practices such as medicine, teaching, uh, science, working in the sciences. Perhaps you're being initiated into a new body of knowledge, yoga, any new body of knowledge. Okay. Um, so this is potential energy. Okay. Taking concepts and breaking them down into sets that can be handled to teach. I guess you could say broken down into chapters, if we wanted to think of it in terms of how books are structured, information is structured. Yeah, so breaking them down into sets for teaching or for spiritual practices. So I'm cat sitting, and this cat, my friend's cat, keeps meowing. So I had to put him in another room. So let's finish the reading. In conclusion, this card is about doing the right thing. You have two cards that are very connected to really thinking about how you're going to affect other people's lives, doing the right thing for yourself and for others. Both of them are very spiritual cards. And those are the cards that you have, my dear Aquarius. It's advising, or it's suggesting that maybe you are considering doing charity work or mentoring someone. So you probably want to really go deep in regards to doing the right thing and considering what is the right thing. So this card does show up when you seek guidance. So there will be someone who's going to come in and advise you, so stay open to it. All right, my dear friends, so that is the reading for the month of August, my dear Aquarius. Take good care, and I'll see you in September. Bye bye.